Hello and welcome to episode 48 of our podcast, Smart Consulting Sourcing, the podcast about consulting procurement. My name is Hélène and I'll be your host today. Each week, I'll give you the keys to better use, manage, and source consulting services. This week, I'll explain how understanding the consulting market will help you source the right consultants. Last week, I talked about the US consulting market. We saw consulting usually follows the ups and downs of the economy. North America is one of the largest economies in the world and the cradle of modern consulting. And with no surprise, the US consulting market is strong and dynamic. And the demand for consulting is driven by rapid growth and uncertainty. We often describe the consulting market with the capabilities and the industries served. And most consulting firms will start there to introduce themselves. But this is just scratching the surface. The consulting market is extremely diverse and complex. And to understand its structure, you will need to take a much deeper dive into what markers make the structure. I won't teach you that having a good grasp of the supply market is key to get the best sourcing outcome. But if I ask you how many consulting firms can you name, most of you will not be able to name more than 10 to 15 rather large companies. And procurement executives don't necessarily score better on that little game. So let's have a quick look at how the market is structured and how you can use that knowledge to choose the right consulting firm for your projects. How is the market structured? The overall management consulting market is estimated at roughly $250 billion worldwide, with a growth rate around 6%. That clearly outpaces GDP in all countries. There are roughly 10,000 consulting firms globally, representing 250,000 consultants without independent consultants. As a rule, large consulting firms tend to be one-stop shops, offering all capabilities and industries in most geographic regions. At the same time, smaller companies are often focused on one or two dimensions only. Most procurement executives are looking at the market through the capability/industry lens. They know that one-stop shops such as McKinsey, Bain & Company, Booz Allen, the Big Four, and consorts can cover the full spectrum. They identify a few other players focused on one capability or one industry. Another effective way is to screen the market through the strategic versus operational dimension. Strategic consulting is about high-level strategy, transformation, large organization projects, very often at the highest level of the company, as opposed to more operational projects such as lean, team effectiveness, purchasing, etc. Sometimes the same capability can be approached with either a hard or a soft angle. If we take the org design capability as an example, hard would be org charts, job description, processes, handbooks, while soft would be team alignment, culture, change management, and talent. And many other dimensions can be used to screen the market. Strategic players with touch of digital versus digital players with a zest of strategy, global versus local, blue chips versus SMEs, diagnosis experts versus implementation specialists. But how important is the human component in consulting? Consulting firms are rarely present on the whole spectrum for one dimension, even the large ones. But the odds are quite high that whatever your problem is, there is a consulting firm focused on it. People make all the difference. As surprising as it may sound, identifying a consulting firm with the right expertise only gets you half there. Consulting is a human-to-human service, and consultants are not commodities. To better source a project, executives need to understand who the people are behind the consulting firms and to assess the fit with your company's context and culture. The background of consultant can be essential to understand the type of project they can work on. For instance, lifelong consultant will bring you perspective and benchmark. Former executives can bring you hands-on experience. If you want to accelerate project execution and mobilize a significant amount of resources in a top-down fashion, for a post-merger integration, for instance, large firms with their pyramidal organization and structured processes and methodologies can be the right fit. But suppose you want to align and embark your management team on a disruptive transformation. In that case, you may want to leverage a boutique firm's expertise and seniority that can customize on the fly the methodology to maximize appropriation. So how do you find the right match for you and your specific case? Evaluate the consulting company in all dimensions. Understand their range of projects. Pinpoint where the value lies. Assess their proposal with reasonable expectations. Sourcing the right consulting firm is key to get the best outcomes from your consulting project. Understanding how consulting is structured will certainly allow you to improve the results of your sourcing efforts. That's it for today. Next time, I'll give you 5 reasons why executives love to hate consultants. In the meantime, if you have any questions or want to learn more about what we do at Consulting Quest, just send me an email at hélène.laffitte with 2 F's and 2 T's at consultingquest.com. You can also have a look at our website, consultingquest.com, to know more about our book, our publications, and our services to improve your consulting sourcing. Bye, and see you next week. Au revoir.